what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
And we're live. We should be live. How you feeling, Bob?
Feeling pretty good for a young fella.
Feeling young?
Which I do. I feel young in my mind, but my body tells me no, I'm not. But that's all right. As long as I think young, it don't matter what the body's got going on.
Well, I guess. I don't know. There were some things that I wouldn't do now that I might have done when I was a whole lot younger, because I know I'll break a whole lot easier now.
Yeah, I don't heal as fast as I used to.
I hear you. So you remember this race from last night, right, at Daytona?
Yeah. It started out eventful, and then my internet went south on me, and I didn't get to continue to compete. But well,
we don't give away too much.
Things
don't give
happen.
Away too much.
Well, that's my part.
Yep, because we want to make sure that I haven't even watched the replay yet. I was there. I haven't watched the replay, so there's a whole lot that I'm going to be surprised by, because I didn't get to see that while I was out there on the track.
Well, at least you got to save replay. I didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good to have everybody out there. We had 11 cars on the track, and whenever the green flag flew, and it was good tight pack there when we took off. I mean, some excellent racers out there.
Oh yeah, and we had a couple of new drivers that came on board last night and raced with us. And
I don't know that they were new drivers.
Well, new to the league. No, they didn't race like they were new drivers. They raced like they were veterans.
That's right.
But we were glad to have them out last night.
Yeah.
Hope to see them again soon too.
Well, welcome to everybody who's out there in YouTube right now watching. Hopefully there's some of those drivers out there as well. It's always good to be able to do this stuff with you guys, and this being the second actual episode that we've done the watch party. But this is our first season that we're going to be doing this, and this is the first race of the second season of the oval tracks. What do you think about the trucks right off the bat?
I like the trucks. We did a season with the ARCA cars, and you can't push with those. But the trucks, you could just lay the bumper to them on the trucks. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they were a whole lot of fun. They take up plenty of room on the track, so that you know how close you are to those other cars around you, and there's a little door banging going on even on the super speedway. So I think those people who weren't part of the race and hasn't had the previous seeing the replay yet, they'll really enjoy some of that pack racing that was going on. You could tell these guys are really skilled at what they're doing. One of our racers dubbed this studio the Action Racing Network Studio, and so I guess we can start calling this the Action Racing Network Studio.
And sort of like ARN. There's another similarity to MRN, ARN. No.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. And maybe there's a name in the works for that, ARN.
Could be.
But yeah, it's always a pleasure. And hat tip to Robert Goddard for that, one of our drivers out there. He'll be racing tonight. Yep. It'll be good to see him on the track. All right. Do you have anything else before we get started with the replay?
No, let's get that thing started.
Well, what I will do is I will set up some cameras here. And while I'm doing that, maybe you can do some John with the crowd. And I can get this thing going we'll go straight to the race. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
And we will take ourselves down there into the replay mode. Make sure everybody hits that like button, subscribes, and rings that bell so that you know whenever we're going to be airing again. We haven't really settled on a actual time to start recording these things. It's sort of real life happens, and it sort of gets in the way with actually making this thing a regular thing. But we're going to do our best to make it more user friendly, or viewer friendly, I should say.
We're working on it as we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's more like it. Let's take it down to the track, and we can continue our discussion down there. Okay, Bob?
All right.
And there we go. We are about to wave the green flag.
Well, now we're lined up on pit road, getting ready to follow the pace car out.
There they are. Let me get us out of the way so that everybody can watch this race.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
With the number of trucks that we had out there, it was busy. I mean, to have 11 trucks out there, and it's nice to have that kind of field show up. It's for a league that's as young as this one is, and hopefully we'll see more trucks added as we go. But it was a lot of good racing went on with 11 of us.
Oh, I agree. And like I said, everybody was such a pro out there. Didn't see it, and I don't want to give away anything, but you're going to see some good racing here. You're not going to see this everybody trying to win on the first lap deal. These are some pros out here, and
yes,
I'm really proud to be a part of this league, this series. Take a look at the leaderboard. Jared Reed, he won the pole. Scott Erickson on the outside pole.
And Stephen Gibbs. Those Scott and Stephen both were two of the guys that joined us last night at first time racing with us. And look where they're at, second, third on the outside the pole setter.
I think our ticker is actually messed up here.
Yeah,
our ticker is definitely messed up here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, because
I think I started third and it's showing 11th there. So
yeah, you started third. I started fourth. Let me see if I can refresh that real quick.
All right.
It's definitely going to fix itself once we take off.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, that's not going to help yet. It hasn't received any information. So
yeah,
that's all right.
A little technical difficulties. Hopefully it'll straighten out here shortly.
Oh yeah, it'll straighten up right here.
All right, the pace car's off. We're fixing to go green. And they're gone. Yeah, it's straightened out.
Yeah, Stephen Gibbs was actually the pole setter.
Yep, that's right.
Stephen Gibson.
And he was the gentleman I was speaking of. He come out to join us.
Yep.
That was his first night with us.
Double D was on the outside pole. You were third, and I was fourth. right now, making up the wow.
Yep.
Looks like Wild Thing's looking onto the outside of Steven.
Yeah, it's just I find it a little difficult to follow right on somebody like you see me right there now, because it's like I'm staring at a wall. I can't see in front of me, and all I can do is try to follow the truck behind in front of me. Because if he were to drive off down in the infield, I'd probably follow him, because that's what I'm doing is watching him on the track.
Yeah, I think that's the same perspective everybody behind is getting. All you should be concentrating on usually is staying up with that truck.
Yeah.
Especially early on. The further you can push that guy out in front of you, the further you can get away from the pack. You start racing now, you start crashing.
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to push.
Yeah, in that outside lane, they're not gaining a whole lot. I'm also out on that outside lane. You can see Kevin Mays pulling up the rear here. He's just staying outside, or right inside the draft. Him and Steven Pritchard. Look at Jared. They didn't qualify. Jarrett did not qualify. Those guys in the rear. Right. They just started back there in the rear.
I think they were sitting back there waiting for the big one to happen.
I agree. You're probably right.
Yeah, it looked like the bottom line's got it going, because more trucks are lined up down there, and it makes it hard for the outside to get a run.
Yes, sir. We're 4 of 55 laps right here, and this pack is.
I don't believe you can see any daylight between my bumper and Stevens.
No.
Except when we got in the corners, I'd let out of it. I didn't want to try to push through the corners, because sometimes that don't work well.
That outside line, they're running nose to tail as well. Just trying to get some kind of an advantage from that draft. And you see there's more cars coming up in that outside line.
Right. All right, well, you're getting some more help up there.
Yeah, Brody Rhodes is coming up behind the outside line. He's leading that small little pack there to catch up. He's into your draft now. Him and Aaron Sayre, number 42. Catching up. People are starting to drop out of the top line right now. It just wasn't working. Not enough cars to get it going. I tell you what, getting somebody off that point was hard to do.
Oh, definitely. All he had to do was keep some, majority of the cars tucked in behind him on the bottom, and it doesn't seem like, the outside line could get much of a run. You could maintain, but you really couldn't get ahead.
Did you see how close the number 5 car of David Davis, Double D, got to that wall? That last turn? Oh my God!
I missed that one, but I mean, look how close they are running side by side, like trying to do a little side draft in there.
We're in lap 8 of 55. Still going green. 2 wide the whole time.
Yeah, so if we get the top line to get as organized as the bottom is, we could go somewhere. But like we got got the bottom outnumbered as far as car wise now. Maybe we can get a little momentum going.
Start seeing things happen.
Yeah. And Brody's behind the leader. John is pushing.
Tell you what, there's not a slow truck out there. That bottom line just got 3 cars in front of that top line.
Yep. Yeah, we lost our numbers now. I think the 3 of us up there on the outside.
And they are hooked up down there at the bottom.
Oh, and Brody's all into Stevens' rear bumper pushing.
Oh, there you go. The 87, that was me. I jumped out of the bottom line to help bring you back up. You're starting to fall behind.
Yeah, it's time when you moved up. I wasn't expecting it. I was just trying to stay with the group because I was falling back. So. Ooh, that's got off close right there.
Yeah, that was close. That was close. Put me on the edge of my seat right there.
I think I was trying. One of us was trying to get the other's door handle.
Yeah, there was some laps that we did out there, and they were banging off my door. I was banging off somebody else's door. I just knew somebody was knocking. I just couldn't let go of the steering wheel to go open the door for them.
Well, it looks like I've got a little bit of an advantage there, but I always try to stay, if I can, whoever's helping push me to the lead on the outside, I try to stay out there long enough to hopefully that they can get clear of the bottom line to where they can come down low with me. I don't like to leave the guy that's helped me out hanging if I can help it.
Sometimes you just don't have a choice.
No, and you do what you got to do at that moment. But if possible, you get a good enough run, you can get the 2 cars clear. Well, I tell you what, Brody's staying. Easy, fellas. Brody's definitely staying with Steven.
Double D. I feel comfortable with that.
Look at that. Man, that's some good racing.
Lap 12 of 55. Everybody's still up here in the front. Everybody's still locked in and where they want to be right now.
That outside line can get to there and maybe up even next to him, but other than that, there ain't a whole lot you can do with the bottom line. Hang in there.
That was the leader's view right there. Stephen Gibson. Now he was fun to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Everybody gets along. It's just a great group of guys.
I tell you, we had such a blast in practice. I mean, it was hard to keep a straight face with as much clowning and racing we was doing in practice. We can't seem to keep more than 3 cars together on a regular basis. Whoops. Oh. Okay.
There was some trouble.
There's the trouble.
This is lap 15.
Catch a replay on that and see, I'm up into the wall there afterwards.
Here it is.
You can do a chase view, and maybe we can see chase view from your viewpoint.
Look, whenever you got up there, went high, boom. It looks like you checked up a bit. That's bottom line that was right behind you. We were still going. And then you tried to go back down into that groove, and that spot was already gone.
Well, I had almost hit the wall, and I turned to stay off the wall, and they said it was y'all were already there.
There's nothing you can do there. I mean, it's one of those racing accidents.
And the spotter hadn't had time to tell me anybody was on my inside, so I felt the nudge.
Yeah,
but
we were all locked in.
Yep.
We were all drafting, so there wouldn't be that kind of time. Yeah.
No. Did the caution not come out for that one?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not on. Maybe because we had crossed the start-finish line.
I was wondering.
There it is.
There it goes.
Probably because I hit the rewind before it had updated
the
board.
Yeah.
But yeah, here I went into the pits and I had like 9 minutes of damage on my truck. Optional damage.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to have to try to be a little more careful with, especially me, making that mistake and then trying to correct my mistake and not hit the wall and wind up causing to get into you and your truck got tore up. But what's different about this season is that we're not having any fast repairs.
No fast repairs.
That makes you want to try to take care of your equipment better.
Right. Yep. No, that's right. And there's mistakes happen. Everybody is going to make them, and these things. It doesn't matter how careful you are. Matter of fact, probably being careful is going to get you in more trouble than just going out there and racing.
You know something that I find the hardest thing to do about the racing is like if you're driving slow, waiting on somebody, to get with a group or whatever. It's harder to drive slower and get around track without making mistakes than it is to run wide open.
Yes.
It don't make sense, but that's the way it is.
You're right. Especially for the cars that are still going at speed.
Oh yeah.
Because they start all of a sudden they start closing. Now, if you take a look, everybody else is in pit lane.
And Brody's trying to push the pace car out of the way.
Yeah, Brody and Stephen Pritchard are still out there. And here comes Wild Thing. Season 1 champion. Bob
I just got
Williams.
lucky.
Everybody's coming out of the pits. It's going to line up. Steven Gibson is going to be falling back here to 4th. Brody taking the lead under yellow here. And I think that will be the first lap that Steven Gibson has relinquished the lead, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You see my truck, the 87, going back into the pit lane. Try to get some last-minute repairs. It don't look pretty.
I don't know. You got a Mr. Softy ice cream sponsored. You didn't go back in the pits to get an ice cream, did you?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I don't know why. Can't get a good TV angle there. There he is.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on. Fix that truck. Get me back out there. Meanwhile, they're all lined up 2 by 2 and about to go green. So it's going to be a lonely ride for me for a little bit.
Brody trying to get some heat back in his tires.
We've got Brody in first, Steven Pritchard in second, Wild Thing, Bob Williams in third. Steven Gibson looking at the back of a truck for the first time in this race in fourth. Aaron Sayre in fifth. Sixth is Scott Erickson and David Davis in seventh. And then we have Action is actually in 11th. He's on pit lane. Robert Goddard, Jared Reed, and then
All right, pace car is off the track, and we're fixing to go back green.
Green flag, green flag. Lap 19 of 55. Oh, that's almost 3 wide right there.
I'm telling you.
Somebody was thinking about it. Who was that? Ooh, I think that was Aaron, was it?
Now look at there. Now that's the first time that happened tonight, where someone got a push on the outside and was able to drop down. And that was the 50. Let's see. That was the 53 and the 07.
It doesn't take everybody long to get all bunched up again.
No, it don't.
Oh. What's happening in the 9 car? Ooh.
Yeah, I was trying to push Brody, and I don't know whether he got the bobbing. Sometimes the car in front of you is moving back and forth in the track.
Uh-huh.
Or I was one. You might pull up the replay and
just didn't get it
raking back and forth. Yeah, raking back and forth, and I was pushing. It turned him, and wasn't.
Could have had a better entry. No yellow flag came out. It's staying green. 21 of 55.
Right.
The track map has him on the back stretch right now with the rest of the pack going across the tri-oval. There's the 87 just now hitting halfway down the back stretch. There's very little chance that he's going to ever catch the pack. They'll catch him first, I'm thinking.
You know, my suggestion is that they cut about half of those spoilers out where I can see through the car's windshield in front of me. So that way I can see where I want to be on the track. But as it is, I'm just looking at a rear spoiler and I can't see anything up ahead.
Yeah, and that's where I resign myself to whenever I'm at a super speedway race like this. I just race the track I can see. If it's the guy in front of me, I can't see around the guy in front of me, then I'm just racing this guy in front of me. You know, I'm going to do my best to get up there on his bumper, push him. The more I can push him out, the easier it will be for me to make a move if it ever comes available to me. I just race that track in front of me. And it is difficult to see whenever you're entering the turn. It's more of a feel, you know. After a few laps, you sort of get the feel of when you're supposed to be turning that wheel if you're sitting behind somebody.
Yeah. If you're right on them, on entry of the corner, you really can't see where the corner's coming up at.
Absolutely.
And one thing that is a little bit of a help, there's a little bit of a transition begins before you really get in the turn. So it's one way of letting you know, prepare, turn left.
Yep. And, you know, these guys make it all look easy. But this is a lot of work. You know, it's not like short track racing. There's a lot of work there. It's a different skill set altogether.
Yeah.
But this...
See, if you notice... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say that this kind of racing is a different skill set than other kind of racing. Just like road racing, short track racing. It's a different skill
set. If you notice, when I enter the turn down here, like right now I'm pushing on him, he's in front of me. He knows where he's going to, when and where he's turning. And with me being that close, I can't tell. But when he turns, then I'm just a split second behind when I need to turn. So it looks like I'm going up high. And I think right here, I was running behind and pushing, but I noticed I got a warning that my oil temperature was starting to rise up. So I said, well, I got to step out and cool that down or cook a motor.
Oh, looks like we're going to catch the 87 right here. Trying to keep it up against the wall. Let those big boys go by. Well done, group. Well done.
And look who's started back in the back. Look who's up there running. I think he's in second place now. That's Stephen Pritchard.
Didn't qualify, but he sure did move his way up.
Oh, yeah.
The ticker has him in 5th place right now.
Yep. And then, and look, also there's Jerry Reed. I think he was another one started in the back.
He did, right in the back. Look at him.
And he's now second.
Guess who's back out front?
Yeah.
Stephen Gibson. It sure was good to have those guys show up for this race. Stephen Gibson, Scott Erickson, and Jared. We haven't seen him in a couple races, but all the 3 races that he ran with us last season, he won them, all 3 of them.
Yes, he did.
This is the 4th race he's run with us, and he's already up front. He's batting 1,000.
Yes, he is. And look at Double D up there on the outside, leading the top line.
I tell you what, that David Davis, he is proud of his super speedway exploits.
Oh yeah.
Always telling his stories about how well he's doing with this super speedway.
And I'll drop back a little bit there. I'm back about 8th position.
And sorry, I had to cough. I had to mute myself real quick because I had to cough. But I was talking about Double D and how well he's doing on the super speedways in the mass population out there on iRacing. When he shows up, he backs that stuff up too. The stories that he tells us, he comes out here, he backs that stuff up. We always brag about how Brody, how tough Brody is to race. And by the way, he's going to be on Flow TV Saturday. So if you can look on YouTube at Flow TV for Spirit Track
he's
racing.
part of the he runs the Legend Dirt. Actually, I think he's doing. I think it's asphalt this week. He's starting an asphalt program next year. But he's racing with the 13 or 16. I forget the name of the. I'm sort of blowing the name of the race outfit that's going to be pitting and setting his car up for him. Him and my nephew both race for them. Look them up so I make sure I get that right.
He's about to go a lap down here. The leaders are catching him. He's moving up to the top of the track, trying to get out of everybody's way. Woo. Oh my gosh, I thought I saw some smoke come out of there. Did you guys hit each other?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And who was that? I think this is where I started having my internet issues.
Yeah, Brody just ran right up into the wall there.
Yeah, that was me. I think this would have been a better night for me to stay home. You have those days where it's like, okay, I'd been better off if I had stayed home.
Well, I don't know if we would definitely have missed you, that's for sure, because you're always a tough competitor. You can't let the champ sit at home.
Yeah, well, I was having some difficulties with this race the other night.
Laps to go. We're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops here.
Yep, and you can see I've dropped out of the race. I think my internet provider laid down on me.
That's right. The ticker's got you as out right now.
Yes, sir. Okay, the group that Bro's going to be racing with is called 316 Motorsports, and 316 Motorsports.
Right. Like the Bible works.
Yeah, and they got several drivers in their stable. My great nephew is one of them, and looks like Brody's going to be joining them as well. So,
yeah, but he said Flow TV is going to be airing their race tomorrow live on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you don't have Flow TV. Look at Jared pushing Steven out there.
Jared is a quiet man, but he speaks loud with his driving abilities.
Looks like Brody is coming back out onto the track. He must go in and get some damage fixed. Also, if I remember correctly, Brody also didn't pit on the caution pit stop. And Steven Pritchard. They're starting to veer off now. There goes Steven and also Robert Goddard going into the pits right now together. That's one thing about these super speedways. You don't want to pit by yourself.
No, you need a dance partner.
$20 to go. Still green flag racing. If you take a look at the track map up there, you'll see the car 87 coming out of turn 4 right now, and the pack is just barreling in behind him, behind me. Again, I was definitely struggling.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's going on with the internet. I had trouble with it during this race, and I've had some trouble with it nearly every day for the last 4 or 5 days. So I might have to call my provider and ask them, see what they can do about straightening that out.
You know, that's one thing that you have to deal with when you're racing online, though.
Yeah.
It's one of those issues that it's going to crop up from time to time. One thing we used to race the NASCAR 2003. You and I used to together in a series before, a league before, and that NASCAR 2003 it has random breakdowns where mechanical parts just randomly would break down, and that was just built into the game. iRacing has gotten rid of that. You don't have those random breakdowns, but you do have random outages with the internet and stuff like that happens, and it's no fault of the iRacing, but it's
no. It seems to happen at the most, and it happens in the most unneeded time.
Yep.
Do this when I'm not on the computer racing, but
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
we can't have our cake and eat it too. Well, we still got a good pack of trucks running out there.
Yeah. I just thought I heard some twisted metal. Look like they're putting me another lap down. What a head of steam.
Yeah. That gives you an idea of the banking at Daytona.
If you don't lose your cookies on that one, you're going to be all right.
Just wait till the next corner and do it again.
Right now, we got Steven Gibson out front. Jared's in second, pushing him out there. Aaron Sayers in third. And Scott Erickson's in fourth. Double D running fifth.
$16 to go.
You don't think these cars get close? This is Aaron Sayers' car, 42. He's pushing that second line. Right past Jared. He's pulling that second line, I think.
Yep.
Woo! 15 to go. They're really going to start getting racy now.
Definitely.
If you don't have a dance partner now, then you've just been sitting along the wall the whole party. Looks like even Kevin Mays has decided to come up into the pack.
Yeah. I reckon he rode around back there and said, well, they're not going to have the big one, so I better get up here and race a little.
That's right. I'm running out of laps. It's always a pleasure to have Kevin out there with us. He's been here since the beginning. One of the strongest idea guys we've got.
Yeah, he's had some good ones.
Looks like wild things back out on the track.
Yeah, but I'm just a few laps down.
Brody and I are 2 laps down. I still need to make a pit stop this point.
I'm 10 laps down.
Whew. That wall looked awful close. Is that Robert Goddard?
Not sure.
Oh, that was Scott. Number 50? Yeah, usually about this time of the race, if you're still up there in that main pack, you're trying to get ready for the last 3 laps. You want to be in some place that's going to be, you want to be up there closer to 3rd place. By the time you get to the last 3 laps, just somewhere up there. So that you have a running chance at the end. 10 to go. Still gonna have some last minute pit stops to make here. Steven Gibson didn't pit. Jared Reed didn't pit. Double D's marked down as the leader. He got the lead. It's showing that you're out again. So those internet woes continue. You know your microphone's muted, right?
I do now. Yeah, that good old internet, it laid down on me, but, you know, it's one of those things.
Seven to go. This looks like the pack of meat right here.
I'll tell you, Double D's up running up front.
Those four are hooked up. They will run
Yeah, they
down.
are.
We got 7 laps to do it.
Well, many times if you're leading the pack here and you get down toward the end, that's you're somewhat of a sitting duck.
If he can hook up with this pack in the back, that would help him out. Because that other pack is a-coming.
Yeah, they are. They just need to get a little closer to each other and stay in line for right now and do all you can the last 2 laps.
I think they heard you. They're going around me. Still out there putzing along, making that minimum speed. Five to go.
Yep.
I'm not too sure why it says that Double D is 50. Oh, there it is. He's got to make that pit stop. They've already made their pit stop. They are coming.
Yes, they are.
If you take a look at that track map, they're coming out of turn 4 right there. on top of each other, all underneath the Jared's truck.
Yeah.
Number 5 is in the pits. Just now went around him, right there. Here he comes out of the pits. 4 to go.
Now it's trench time.
Yeah, they've got a head of steam. If they've got enough gas to get to the end, there's no catching them, I'm afraid. It's gonna take,
sir.
yeah, it's going to take him a couple laps to get up to speed.
There we go. Now there's your battle right there.
4 what? Yeah,
2 wide. Yeah.
4x4. Three to go.
And looks like they're on to go.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if that outside line just drifted a little too high right there. You know, the time that I was out there on the lead lap racing with everybody, it did seem like it was tough to stay out there on that outside line.
Yeah, you could get up there, but you couldn't really go anywhere. You were basically spinning your wheels trying to get anywhere from the high side.
White flag, white flag, white flag.
Yeah. One to go. Is it going to be checkers or wreckers?
This is it. This is going to be big checker flag. Checker flag. Oh,
Yeah.
now we start tearing up the equipment.
Yeah.
Wow, let's go back to the newsroom. Wow. What an incredible race that was.
Yeah.
That was absolutely spectacular. And I really appreciate everybody who came out. I hope they had a great time. I hope everybody gets a chance to see all of the race that we have had on Thursday night. Is there anything that you have, Bob? While they're out here?
I'm just glad everybody showed up, and it appears like everybody had a good time. Just look forward to our next race, and those that may be watching, if you're not familiar, we do oval racings on Thursday nights, and we do road course racing on Monday nights. So please jump in and join us.
Yeah, just search for Action Racing Series on iRacing in the leagues section, and we'll be glad to wave you through. Give you an invite to the Discord server, and we hang out there and talk all kinds of smack while we're racing. But it's a group of some really good people to hang out. Just seems
all
like
of them have terrific driving skills too. They're all good drivers.
Yeah, definitely. This has been fun, Bob.
Yep, I've enjoyed it. It's been a long day for me today. I'm sitting here thinking, I might have to go to bed here in a little while. Get my beauty rest.
I was thinking the same thing.
I need a lot of beauty rest.
I was like, and you didn't have to come out here tonight, but you did.
Oh no,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's I didn't like I said, I didn't get to watch the whole race last night when my internet went down, and wasn't giving me a chance to see how everything went and what I missed. Yeah. But hopefully I won't have that problem no more.
Yeah, it was a great race. I appreciate all the drivers who did show up. It's not a race without you. It's very important when you do come out, and we don't want to waste anybody's time. We want to have a good time. We just come out here and have a good time on our Thursday and Monday nights, and during our practice sessions when we invite everybody out, family and friends, whoever wants to be out there on the track with us. It's open to the public, and you can jump in there. Usually those are hosted races, and you can just jump in there and you get to meet all of the drivers out there on those open races. And
you come out and race and practice with us. You don't have a good time, you need to look in the mirror.
Yeah, it's probably something else that's the problem, not the drivers.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a disrespectful person in the group. Sometimes we'll rib each other, but we really are friends. So, yeah. Thanks again for everybody showing up, everybody out there who's watching, everybody who watches it in a replay. Let us know what we can do better. Leave some comments in there. Tell us what's going on, what you think should be better, it could be better. And just look for us that TV monitor up there or right down there in the on iRacing for Action Racing Series. And you'll be out here with us. Alrighty?
Yep.
I think that's it for me, Bob. Unless you've got something else.
I hope everybody enjoyed it, and we'll keep tweaking and trying to improve, make things better.
Thanks again. We're signing off for now. We'll try to do this again next Friday.
Yep. Good night, folks.